Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a nice day. This is Asbrin here, coming to you with the first official Gujarati lesson on this YouTube channel and, of course, podcast for those that are listening as opposed to watching the video. Now, today we're going to be talking about the Gujarati alphabet. Okay, let me share my screen for those of you who are watching this on video. And what you're looking at right now is a presentation I prepared. There are, as of today, 111 slides in this presentation. Obviously, we're not going to do all of them today, but this is a Gujarati course that I have put together. We're going to spend a few lessons on the Gujarati script. In other words, how to read the script and how to write the script. We'll also focus on Gujarati pronunciation. Okay. Now, one thing that's worth knowing when it comes to the Gujarati script as well as the pronunciation is that there's one resource I really like. It's not a resource I personally made. It's a resource that's made by a website, which is iknowmyabc.com. So literally, letter I, KNOW, myabc.com. I'm going to put a link in the description of this episode here in case you are interested in checking out that website. Now, my favorite resource in terms of learning the Gujarati script and learning the alphabet comes from this website. I'm going to share my screen here for those that are watching on video. What you're looking at is a printing sheet. There are 46 different pages, each one for a different letter in the Gujarati alphabet. We're going to go through this today. We're going to go through how to pronounce each letter. So this letter here, this letter is a. Okay, feel free to repeat it after me. We have a. Now over here on the left-hand side, we have the stroke order. In other words, the order of lines you have to do to write this letter. So we have the first line over here, right? We have the second line down here, third line here, and the fourth line over here. And of course, it's a printing sheet, so you can print this out, and you can practice writing each letter, right? You can practice it on your own time. So this is a vowel. This vowel is a. The second vowel, it looks very similar to a, but it is a. So first vowel, a. Second vowel, a. Easy enough to pronounce. It's also very easy to remember how to write a, because a is written exactly the same as a, except there's one additional vertical line. So very easy to recognize the letter a. Okay, so we have a. Now we're going to have e. E essentially looks like a backwards 3 with a little tail. So here's our backwards 3 right over here. Kind of looks like a backwards 3, right? But then we come up and we have a little tail. And this is E. E. Now Gujarati has two E's. We have this E, which people will call a short E. And then we have a long E. The letters look relatively similar. If you ever ask a Gujarati teacher, what's the difference between the short E and the long E, right? The difference, they'll essentially say something like this. They'll say something to this effect, in my personal experience. They'll say, a E che, and a E che. So this one is E, and this one is E. In my experience, if you think I'm wrong about this, and you'd like to correct me, please let me know in the comments. But in my personal experience with Gujarati is that both the short E and the long E, they're actually pronounced the same way. There are two different letters, but nowadays they're pronounced the same way. My theory is that once upon a time, again, if I'm wrong about this, please, if you think I'm wrong, please correct me. I'd love to be corrected on this. But my theory is this. My theory is that Gujarati used to distinguish between vowel length. Meaning, if you said E really short, or if you said E and you held it out, you held the sound for a longer period of time, my theory is once upon a time, those would actually be considered two different letters. It's my understanding that to this day, there are some languages where they distinguish vowel length, meaning if you hold a vowel, if you pronounce a vowel for a longer period of time, for the speaker, they're going to hear a different letter. They believe that to be a different letter or a different sound. In Gujarati, from my understanding, from people I've spoken to, from people I've asked about this, I find that even though there are two letters, E, short E and long E, they're actually pronounced the same way when people speak. Our next two letters are similar. We have a short letter over here, and we have a long version of the same letter. And this letter is U. U. So we go back up here. U also sort of looks like a 3, except this 3 is a normal 3, right? We have like a 3, like the number 3, but we have a bit of a long tail. The long U, which is pronounced the same way from what I can tell, is very similar. We have a number 3 and an even longer tail, right? This is U. So let's recap these vowels so far. We have A, E, another E, U, and another U. Short U, long U, but of course nowadays they're pronounced the same. Our next vowel is E. Now, E is also quite easy to remember how to spell, E, because it looks the same as If you know how to write it's the same as but we add a little line on top, a little diagonal line. This is E. If you speak French, this is also quite easy to remember if you are a French speaker, because in French, we have an E accent grave, right? This is an accent grave, if you speak French, of course. And when you put accent grave on a letter, we get E, which is really close to the Gujarati E. Very, very close sound, E. So this is our letter E. Next vowel is I. I. I looks very similar to E. We just have one additional accent line or one additional line on top, right? One additional line. I. Next vowel is O. Looks like this. Next one is O. We're going to skip this vowel, right? So if you're watching the video version, you're seeing a vowel here. We're going to skip this, where we are going to revisit this later, but for the time being, we're going to skip this. And then we have this vowel here, This vowel is also quite unimportant, I'm going to say, because you don't see it all that often. You see it very rarely. Okay. And with that, our consonants start. So let's recap the vowels. I'm going to do initially, I'm going to do all of them except for one that I'm skipping on purpose. And then I'm going to tell you which are the most frequently seen vowels. So here's all the vowels. I'm going to say them all. A, E, another E, U, another U, E, I, O, we're skipping this vowel, and then our consonants start. The most common consonants that you're going to see when you're reading or talking or talking to someone, listening, the most common ones you're going to come across are A, both E, long and short E, long and short U, E, O, and yeah, those are our most common ones. So you have 6 that are very commonly seen, and we have a couple of other vowels that sometimes you will see. Okay, so let's wrap this video / podcast up here. Next time we'll get started with the consonants. All right. If you have any questions, you're welcome to contact me. by going to azrenthelanguagenerd.com. That's AZ or Z REN thelanguagenerd.com/contact. If you go there, you'll be able to email me. You can see all my social media platforms, and you can contact me directly from that page, however you like to contact people. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will talk very soon. Bye-bye.